Hey everyone, hope you guys are having a great Thursday, and thank you guys for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today on the channel we'll be looking at the next figure in the Netflix Masters of the Universe show, and that of Duncan, or Man-at-Arms. And here he is, as he appeared on that show. As you can see, Mattel went with a totally different look for him. And we'll be comparing him to the Origins figures and the Masterverse figures as well. And here's the packaging. You can see the figure or the Duncan in front of the packaging. You have the Council Grayskull, the He-Man and the Master Universe logo in front of the packaging. This Power Attack feature, of course, Man-at-Arms. The Netflix logo on the top right hand corner. Around the back for the figure himself. Right there. And they went with that old school vintage tack style with his spring-loaded waist that you can like do a chopping motion or a side sweep. Of course, the cross-sell of these particular figures, and I've done reviews for these two, He-Man and Skeletor. If you wish to go back and check it out, please do. There he is. Now, like I said, Mattel went with a whole new direction with this particular show. Okay, throw out what you knew about He-Man, from Filmation to comics to books to 2000X, even to Revelation. This is more targeted, I feel like, for the new generation of kids, and I think Mattel was hoping to get that the new generation to start collecting this particular brand, and maybe branch out to the other parts of He-Man, from like Origins to Revelations. And I think it didn't really, and unfortunately it didn't resonate with a lot of us collectors, because I do believe the toy line is now pretty much done with stuff like that. Because if you didn't know about this show at all, and I showed you this figure right here, I can guarantee you, like, you wouldn't know who this was. I mean, for the most part. Like, because when we think of, like, Man-at-Arms or Duncan, this is what we think about. We think about this, That's our, Man-at-Arms right here. Or even this. So that's one of my Origins figures, and this is one of my Masterverse figures, or Revelations figures, right here. So when you think of Duncan or Man-at-Arms, this is what we think about right here, The mustache, the green outfit, the orange, the yellowish orange, armor, And same thing with Origins and stuff like that, This is what when you think about Man-at-Arms, this is what you think about, right here. And I really wish that, Mattel would have given us some green in this figure, more so than, actually there's no green at all. I mean, so like I said, it could be some space guy, If I didn't know about the show and you hand me this figure, and I'd be like, I have no idea who this is. And I think they should have done that. I think they should have given us some green, maybe some blue on the helmet. More so, not in the face. I'm talking about around the helmet, Maybe have his face maybe yellow or something like that, or white. I don't know. But I guess Mattel was trying to, do something new, something fresh, for that new generation of collectors and stuff like that. And like I said, they took this show to a whole different, direction, because in that show, if you've never seen it before, like, everybody knows who, that Prince Adam is He-Man, and the fact that Duncan, would call down the power of Grayskull himself as well to transform into this. You know, otherwise he's Duncan and he's a normal person, you know, that used to work for, you know, Trapjaw or Cronus before breaking away and becoming one of the good guys, you know. But yeah, like I said, like if what you know about He-Man, you know, if you wish to watch the show, you got to remember that. If you wish to watch the show, you know, with your kids and stuff like that, and it's a great show. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun show. It's a good show. You know, especially you just got to throw out like what you know about the history of He-Man to watch the show, because it takes, like I said, it takes the show to a whole different direction. You know, once you get past that, you know, it's a good show and a good toy line. Like I said, it gave us a lot of figures. And I do believe, I think the toy line is done now. You know, I just got notification that, I ordered a Deluxe Mossman CGI figure from Big Bad Toy Store. And unfortunately, I got the notification saying, it's been canceled. Because I just think I think the demand for the show or toy line is done. It didn't really resonate with the fans. And I get it, But if you do like the show and you like this toy brand, that's awesome. Maybe it'll get you, if you like this brand, check out Masterverse and check out Origins. Maybe it'll, get you, to collect those lines as well, thanks to CGI He-Man. And for fun, I also have the other Duncan, the more mustache Duncan. This Duncan is part of that, what do you call it? The Attorney and Guards pack with that extra head, and when you swipe it out, you have that more vintage-looking Man-at-Arms that we used to and know. And of course, we have the other Duncan from Masterverse. It came out not too long ago. That's in Target, and here it is. There's that other Duncan. There you go. But like, out of all these, like, you can tell, that's, even like, if you gave me this figure, so like, I'll tell you, like, right now, like, that's looks like Man-at-Arms to me, or Duncan, But this, it's like, I wouldn't have a clue. If I didn't know about the show, I wouldn't have a clue about it. Even with his big old club, which is kind of weird to me. Should have been like, maybe a green handle with a yellow, like, top, But as you can see, let me get this guy out of the way real fast. That, they stand pretty much the same height as the Origins figures. I heard there. In that 5.5 scale. Right there. Alright. So about 5.5 inches tall. Okay. But unfortunately, unlike, the Origins figures, or even the Master, it's pretty much one standard figure. Like, you can't remove the head. You can't, there's no articulation in the arms. So they kind of went with that old school vintage 80s look, kind of, with the arms and the legs. And, even with the action call out, when you, you do that, you can spring back and it chops, back, pull back and chops forward. You can move kind of like that. But, yeah. But like I said, this toy brand, has given us quite a few figures for, a brand that I feel like it didn't take off. It didn't resonate with the Motu fans. But it gave us a lot of figures and a lot of vehicles, too. And even a Castle Grayskull. And that's something that not even, like, Masterverse, right now, as we speak, has not given us anything. Masterverse is more heavily on, their figures, which are absolutely amazing. I love the soft good and the fabric, but as it stands right now, unless something changes, they haven't even given us a playset, their own version of Castle Grayskull, or their own, like, Town Fighter or Point Dread, or their, anything, it's just all figures. And at least, this brand has done that so far, and I'm But I just feel like I think it's done. I think the toy brand is done. I think there's at least 3 seasons on Netflix. If you wish to try it, for 10, it's only 10 episodes per season. That's 30 episodes. You can probably get through it in one day. Like less than 30 minutes per episode. You can watch it in less than like a couple hours if you wish. But there you go. There's a look at the Man-at-Arms, or Duncan. I think he's gonna fall. Don't fall. There we go. Yep. So there's good old Duncan, and here's all my Man-at-Arms from Origins, my absolute favorite of the bunch. Then I would pick the Revelation Man-at-Arms, and then at the final or the end, it will be this Duncan or Man-at-Arms. But like I said, I wouldn't even known this was Duncan if I didn't know about this show at all. If somebody just hand me this figure and say, hey, you wish to buy this, or you want it for your collection, I'm like, why? What for? What is this? And they're like, this is Man-at-Arms. Really? Okay, well. Doesn't look like Man-at-Arms in a way. I would have to stop and really look at it. Like, okay, I guess this thing is supposed to be his yellow club and whatnot. But other than that, I don't get it. I wish they would have given us more green on this figure. Alright, but there you go, guys. Put you over here. Alright, guys, there's a look at the He-Man and the Master Universe CGI Man-at-Arms from Netflix. So what did you think about this show? Did you like it or not? Did you even bother to watch it? You know what? Pass. The show's not for me. I'd rather focus on Revelation, as my main show, Alright, guys. I'd like to take time out now to thank my subscribers. If you made it this far in the video and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I love talking with you guys, all things Master Universe, from Origins to CGI and to Masterverse or Revelations line. Hit that like button when you know when I upload new videos, and hit that notification bell. And so you know when I upload new videos, and hit that like button. Thank you. And tomorrow we'll be looking at the Trapjaw version of CGI. We'll be comparing him to his Origins figure and his Revelations figure as well. Share this video, guys, who has a passion and a love for Masterverse collecting through Origins, CGI, or Masterverse. So, guys, I hope you have a great Thursday, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Take care.